I've been taken out, baby.
Yeah.
I want you to know
song?
when you started that out and you went, baby, that's whenever it got me.
Immediately. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, boys. Can I just say, I had a great time playing Spelljammer the other day.
It was a
I had a wonderful time.
genuinely was concerned if I was gonna like it. Wasn't sure. Thought some of the races were kind of weird. Some of the options were a little interesting. But all I can think about is being a plasmoid now. It's all I want to do, man.
Well, Gordo, first of all, amazing name. You almost went with Gordon, which also good name for a plasmoid, but Gordo.
Gordo's even better.
I think Gordo might, and I mean this as no offense to any of your other characters, but Gordo might be my favorite character you've played in a while.
Really?
Oh, no, I love Pyth and Eknon.
Oh, me too, but just the fact that, like, and
Glitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Glitch was fun.
Glitch, of course, but you don't always like dip into these more jokey characters for like your long-term campaign characters. So I like seeing you say, "Okay, I'm going to be the mascot this time, guys."
Well, and he hadn't made it for campaign purposes. That's why I think it was so good, because you were like, this is short term, I'm not worrying about this. I don't have the time to make a campaign character. I feel like you repurpose him into whatever class you want, and I think he's a great character.
Well, and you just had so many cool ideas of how you flavored your attacks. Like, I'll let you describe if you want, but how you threw that javelin as a plasmoid,
Oh, so
goo
cool.
man. You locked your arms together in like one single ring. You shoved a javelin in there and just started swirling it around like a fucking, I don't even know what. But it kept going and going
Dealing
and going.
tons of piercing damage to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Rule
Just
of
cool,
grind
Seth. It's
myself
the rule
up.
of cool.
No, it was so cool.
And then, you unhook your arms and it goes flying out one end. That's so cool.
Well, that's actually why I'm really stuck on these things right now, is because as a physical person, right? That's what we're stuck to this whole time, is being, a dragonborn or a human. There's only so many ways you could swing your arm and move your legs, right? As a plasmoid, I could do anything. I can move any which way I want. It's like a different ballpark of possibilities that I could do while I'm fighting. It's like a different engine,
Yeah. Well, and I loved the flavor of Gordo, which was I guess you didn't have a subclass because we were second level, but you were a paladin, and you were just like the biggest, beefiest boy. Like, Gordo walks around and he's amorphous. He's you can poke him and it'll go boo. But like he had like some heft that like the artwork of plasmoids really didn't sell to me.
The Plasmoid boss, have you seen that?
No.
Oh, the Plasmoid boss is literally a Plasmoid that at some point, like when the Plasmoid reach maturity, for some unknown reason amongst Plasmoids, they just expand exponentially. Ooh. And they're big, like ogre-sized Plasmoids. They're really funny looking in the book, because it's like a big ball with a couple appendages and like a head, and it looks like a giant amoeba. But yeah, if you look in the book later, we can look at the artwork. It's so fun looking, and I kind of imagine Gordo as like, you ironed yourself out to be just like a chunky, like hefty man.
It was really cool. I didn't think that plasmoids would be like a strong based kind of option, but I thought it was kind of interesting. I feel like the more of a dex sort of vibe. But my next best thing, I'm just going to throw it out because I feel like it was a good idea, was I wanted to be some kind of either a druid or like a totem of the bear barbarian, and then become those shapes. So like as a druid, be like a slime wolf, or like as a barbarian, when I rage out, I turn into like this slime bear or something like that. I thought that would be really cool.
I really love
that. Is so cool.
I'm kind of stoked to play a plasmoid in this next campaign. It's gonna be dope. I don't know what it's gonna be, but for anybody out there listening, try plasmoids. They are fun. They are awesome.
Yeah, and so I guess the one issue that, or perceived issue that I had with plasmoids is the same thing that I had an issue with Thri-kreen, and also to like some extent the Hadozee, is just trying to flavor this character to look unique in comparison to other creatures from its race. But you really proved to me that like you can add a lot of character to just a big blob.
Well, yeah, and he was like, I always imagined plasmoids as like blue, but he envisioned it as like green and purple.
Yeah, green with like a nucleus floating around in the center. It was sort of like there's a couple Pokemon that come to mind where I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Oh, I almost thought of a Muck sort of a thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have a little bit of the purple arcane magic kind of flowing through the green plasma.
Yeah,
cool.
You were sort of like an Alolan Grimer, an Alolan Muck, or I was thinking like a Reuniclus or
Oh, those little osmosis guys. I can't think what they're called.
Yeah, or even is it Melmetal? The one from Pokemon
Oh, yeah,
Go?
kind of like Melmetal, yeah.
So I think based on what everybody has chosen so far, I'm gonna convince Chase to be the character that's stuck on that originates from the planet, because he played the character that would make sense to be from the planet. While I'm like, okay, if Chase sticks with like this whole elven thing that he's got going on, I can be like, okay, you can be a reborn elf or you can be a regular elf, whatever you want to be. Even an astral elf, I can make work. It would be so fun for him to be an elf from Forgotten Realms and then have you guys come in as like the spacefarers. Zach, how do you feel about the character that you played?
I had such a fucking blast. So I was playing a Githyanki, which, first of all, let me just say, I've had my eye on the Githyanki and Githzerai ever since it was before they even released them in Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse, I believe is where they first showed up. It was the Unearthed Arcana for them, and the Githzerai had the ability to cast Shield, and Githyanki had Jump as an innate spell, and I thought, that's so fucking cool.
That's fun.
And they have their mage hand, which is invisible, so they've always got like just their innate telekinesis. It seems so cool, but I never had like the courage or the drive to like play one because they're aliens. They're from space. I sort of felt like, well, we could make it work, but I don't want to like be bringing the theming of this whole campaign to this place with me when everyone else is playing like standard fantasy characters. So I had it in my back pocket for the longest time. I was so close to playing a GIF. You can't even, or GIF. I really wanted to be a Hippo Man so badly. And I thought for sure one of you guys was going to play one. So I didn't. But instead I went with a Githyanki Blade Singer. And it's such a fun character to play. What was my character's name? Reese.
Yes.
Yeah, Rhys. And I had
I thought that was perfect too. Reese is a good name.
Yeah. And he had this sword staff that he uses to cast
the Reese's
with.
Puff.
What?
The Reese's Puff.
Oh my gosh! Stop right now.
That. No, it's my Reese's Take 5, please.
The Take 5. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Well, and so it was like a quarter staff with the sword hilt on the tip, and with a gem on the pommel of the sword. So you take the sword out of the staff, and then all of a sudden it becomes like a dual wielding feature. I mean, the quarter staff probably downgrades down to like a club at that point, but he's just using it for looking cool. And
it's great since your AC goes up. It makes sense that you would be blocking with that and everything. It's like you're using it as an offhand protector.
But yeah, and so I didn't want to be like, the most Jedi who's ever been a Jedi, but like, I had my sword was tinted cobalt blue. When I'm doing my blade song, it sort of like makes that
whirring sound.
Yeah, that droning whirring sound. And I had tons of spells to sort of thematically fit it in. You didn't even see my my coolest feature, but I took the gift of the Gem Dragon feat, because we all took first level feats, which is something new that we've been playing with since D&D. Yeah. But the special thing about that is you get your telekinetic reprisal. So anytime you get hit, you just push them back with the Force. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to be using the Force. And what other spells did I have? I had Magic Missile, that I was using like a laser gun, basically.
Which you did great, by the way. I think you killed multiple people on a few of your turns with Magic Missile.
Yeah, at second level, Magic Missile is kind of the best option that a wizard has.
Yeah, you were fighting a bunch of guys with like 7 and 9 hit points, so it was like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, it sure was. Catapult was the other thing I did. I catapulted Mert the Merciless's self-portrait off the wall and crushed a couple Neogia hatchlings.
That was a perfect example of the rule of cool because I hadn't said there was anything in that spot, but I was like, no, there's probably a painting there.
Yeah, I was like, so Seth, are there any things like in this general vicinity that I might be able to throw? And you said, yes, I'll allow it.
That was a rule of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, I had a blast. I think everybody did a great job with their characters. The way Chase presented his character and then RP'd it was he delivered some great lines. I've been so proud of him lately when it comes to RP because he's been making me laugh so much. And I know that D&D is not always, not every arc is going to be, all laughs and fun and giggles, but like the MCU movie vibes that I was getting the other day made me like so like ecstatic because that's kind of how it felt. And do not worry, if no one does choose to play GIF, then there's still going to be plenty that are there in the campaign because there are plenty of GIF to go around as NPCs.
Oh, I know, but GIF are the other thing that I've just like ever since Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes came out. I've just been begging. I've been wishing. I hate every other anthropomorphic race, but you're telling me I could play a hippo man and he's got a little pipe in his mouth and he's got his musket. That's so cute and so dumb. I want to be that man.
Yeah, they're very much like the militiamen of space, and it's so hilarious.
I feel like this cute thing keeps coming up. If it's not cool, it has to be the rule of cute.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Rule of cute might be a thing. I don't know.
But anyways, I had a blast with Spelljammer. I cannot wait for this campaign. Like, I've already got like most of the stuff that I need to have planned out, like ready to go for the first like 5 sessions. So it's just a matter of, actually getting there and doing it. And, we're going to finish up the Spelljammer Academy stuff next week probably, which will be a blast. Yeah, so much fun with that. And then, comes next campaign. I'm thinking that the Spelljammer stuff will probably only take like a year for us to get through, like, or maybe probably even less. Honestly,
less than a year, you think?
I think so because I'm planning for like 30 to 50 sessions. Depending on where things go, what ideas I come up with, based on the stuff I have like available to me, I think it'll take 30. But based on whatever I choose to do with those 30 sessions, we'll extend it.
Okay. Well, I mean, now that we've got you bought that boat off of Amazon that we've been using for Spelljammer. If we're not playing Spelljammer. Every week, then we'll fill the space with Saltmarsh. So maybe we'll stretch it out to a whole year.
Zach, we have a boat. If we run Saltmarsh or even Spelljammer for more than a year, we need a second boat. Maybe 3 boats.
I won't spoil too much, but it's disappointing how few large boats are in Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Like in the adventures they provide, there are very few reasons to be on boats.
That's so sad.
But there may or may not be a boat in your near future.
There are many reasons to be on boats in Spelljammer. 90% of the content you go through takes place on your ship and like hovering above places and going through things that go on in space.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention I got to be the Spelljammer, and that was my fucking jam.
It was cool. It was really good. I'm glad you took up the role, honestly. And also the points leading to that, like me getting to tease that people play like these games between the boats and then having you guys actually sit down and do the Spelljammer training. That was probably my favorite part of the session was like getting to, first of all, I love RPing Sereth. I think he's a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like through and through, he is just a cartoon, or they, I believe he's,
they're a they.
Yeah, I believe they're a they. So they are just a cartoon character and I love it through and through.
No, you see, you say they're a cartoon character, but I have it on good authority. I've been to acting school. I got a major in theater, and I know the professor that you're playing. You didn't know that you were playing this person.
No.
But I've met them, and you were spot on.
Thank you.
Think about a time from your past, and just stuff like that.
Yeah. It was so much
cool.
fun.
That was very cool, by the way, getting a little bit of our personality and our backgrounds out.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, you guys did a great job playing off of that. Like very, very good job like responding to these random questions that were asked. Like I felt like because the book says to give inspiration after having these conversations, and so I was like, this is a perfect reason. Like I would probably give this anyways based on what just happened.
Oh, I completely forgot about the inspiration that we used. We used the
classic inspiration,
the original classic inspiration. It actually worked out pretty well. I enjoyed it. It's been a while since we used it.
I enjoyed going back to it. I love the Cardigan inspiration. I think it's fun. I don't think we'll stick with it for Spelljammer.
Okay, I'm interested to see where it goes because sometimes I feel like the regular inspiration is just not quite enough oomph, and sometimes Cardigan inspiration is too much oomph.
Right.
So maybe there's something in between that we haven't touched on yet.
Well, the in between is handing out the dice, like I was doing for that one session. Is like, hey, instead I give this player a D8, and they can use that to add on whenever they feel like it.
And I did like that because I ended up getting, I think it was a D4 or a D6 inspiration, and I did something else that was kind of cool, and it got upgraded to a D8. Which that was actually pretty. I kind of like that. It felt very rewarding, and it felt like I'm powering up, I'm leveling up.
Yeah, and that was kind of like an on-the-fly thing.
Yeah, well, and I like that as well because it doesn't feel as powerful as Advantage in your pocket, but having just the extra little bit that you can hand out as a DM gives you, more license to say, well, okay, I'll hand this out, because I liked the thing that you said, not because it was the coolest thing that I've seen in a while, which is usually what our inspiration comes down to in most sessions.
Right. I mean, it's so hard to remember to give out inspiration all the time. I feel like I had something else I wanted to say. I do think topics for the future, I would love to talk about like ideal settings so that way I can get an idea of what everybody's looking for the future because I'm reading so much third-party stuff right now that I'm like, I'm going to end up reading an entire one of these books and come up with something. I'm a big fan of the setting, the Midgard one. Just because they have so many good modules to go along with it that like I've read through part of their Streets of Zobek module, which is kind of like a Waterdeep Dragon heist feel. But it's like a bunch of one-offs in their basically like their Baldur's Gate called Zobek. And there's a lot of it's written very well. Like I'm very satisfied with the writing quality. But I wouldn't be opposed to being like, oh, well, I could do something in Dragonlance. I could do something in Eberron if I wanted to, because I have the Eberron book too.
Yeah, well, and so I will say, you wouldn't be at a lack for inspiration for Eberron. There's a ton of in 5e, like the only official book that they've got is Rising from the Last War. But there have been a couple like full anthologies released. That are on DM's Guild that you can get, and I believe there's even a physical copy for both of them that just really dives into like a lot of the world lore. And Eberron's just so cool. I love how different it is from like our Forgotten Realms, and even versus Spelljammer, it's got like a completely different feel.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely into that. Post-war. 1930s sort of vibe that it's got going on.
I kind of want to experience the Eberron War. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that would be pretty sick.
I know. It sounds so cool. So Eberron's been on my mind a lot because I've been watching a couple of different YouTubers who have talked about like, oh yeah, I run an Eberron most of the time. And I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of fun because I like steampunk. And it feels very steampunk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It for sure is. It's like magic steampunk.
Yeah, so I'll probably have to pour over those pages a little bit. I'm gonna look through a lot of stuff because I need a lot of context because I want to know the answers to everything. Because I don't get that a lot in Forgotten Realms. In 5e at least I don't know the years and years of information that's come out for it. So I don't have like a lot of context for many things, and not that I'm out of inspiration for our setting. I just want to do something different.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, with Forgotten Realms, there is like a lot of deep lore if you really want to be like a mega nerd about it, but you got to read like novels and shit.
I've had to mega nerd about a couple of things lately. Not going to spoil anything, but we've got some things coming up that I had to mega nerd about that I was like, okay, I need to know the exact answers to these questions.
We're just speechless because now I want to ask you everything about what's going to happen in our campaign, but we can't do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. You're gonna get to experience it over the next 6 months, baby.
Here, Drew, you and I will just plug our ears. You tell the audience what's going to happen, and then we won't listen to the episode by subscribing to the $5 tier on Patreon.
No, sure, plug your ears. I'll do it.
Oh, I'm scared.
Descent into
No way.
Nessus. Yep, there you go.
did it.
I
That's
gave the
insane.
title of my arc.
Well, now I have to listen back.
You guys don't subscribe to the Patreon.
Wait till the end till you find the name of our next arc.
Yeah.
I gotta say, with all these settings out right now, I'm completely frazzled because I feel like I'm at the point where you were, Seth, at the end of Elden Ring, where there's a couple more things you can experience, but you're kind of ready to move on. But I still want to play Forgotten Realm. But in the same sense, I've been teased with Eberron, I've been teased with Saltmarsh, teased with Spelljammer. It's like there's so much out there that I need to try still.
Oh yeah, dude. Spelljammer is gonna be a blast. It's gonna feel like a cereal box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
How so?
I understand exactly what you said, but those words that came out of your mouth did not
I thought about it
mean
before I
what you
said it,
meant.
and I wanted Drew's reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Spider-Man PS4. It really makes you feel like Spider-Man. It really makes you feel like a cereal box.
Because it's based like the intros and outros they do at the beginning and end of
Okay,
each chapter. It's kind of like very Flash Gordon-y, like we told you. And like when you would read as a kid on the back of the cereal box the story that's going on with whatever characters are there, it would always have that little intro and outro at the top and the bottom, so it makes you feel like a cereal box. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Gosh, I feel like you could look at the back of a cereal box and as a challenge, make a campaign or a one-off out of it. That might be good inspiration.
We're after his Lucky Charms.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would do that. I would 100% do that.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
St. Patrick's Day one-off.
No. This is for we should do an episode about this, and it's for our one-off book that we're gonna write.
That's interesting legal gray area because we definitely can't. I feel like they're after me Lucky Charms is not something that we can publish in our book.
Borderlands does it all the time with their characters.
Right, but they
I
have
thought the Ninja Turtles.
They have lawyers, Seth.
That's true. We don't have lawyers. I'm not one either.
Well, maybe we'll have some lawyers soon with all this Patreon action we got going on. Come check us out, boys.
Yeah, please. I had one more thing that's not related to D&D. Have you guys heard of the MMO-ish game called Temtem?
No. What is this?
No. So this is a Pokemon-like game. It's an MMO. It just released fully, I think, yesterday. It's 1.0 dropped, but it's been in early access since 2020 now. And I've been hearing a lot about it. And boys, I've been looking at this game and I'm like, man, what if it comes to Game Pass? I really want to play it because it's a Pokemon MMO, apparently with a better written story than Pokemon, and then a very good post-game competitive scene. Breeding is not as difficult. It's easier, and they have an auction house on there too, sort of like the GTS system, except much better because you just pay the in-game currency for it. They have a whole auction house thing to get perfect Pokemon and send out, or the Temtems is what they're called.
Huh.
And it looks really good, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to play this. But it's $45 on PS5.
And it's you said it's kind of like an MMO?
No, it's an MMO.
Okay.
You experience this whole 30 to 40 hour story alongside all these other people.
Gotcha.
That's better than a normal Pokemon story, and there's a ton of people around all the time. So
It sounds interesting.
it looks cool, and I sadly cannot bring myself to do it right now because I'm playing. You know what I started playing just because I was getting the vibe for Mass Effect?
What's that?
Andromeda.
Oh,
I
good for you, Seth. Good
started
for
it.
you.
I am a couple hours in. So far, it hasn't disappointed me, except I feel like all the animations are so choppy that the
Oh.
characters don't feel like people. And that happened a lot in the original Mass Effect trilogy too. But it was on it. It doesn't feel as wrong as it does in Andromeda. I'm playing Andromeda, and it feels wrong. Where the animations that are happening don't feel correct.
Sometimes characters just don't look right. I don't know, man.
Yeah, they don't look right. I know that there were a lot more facial animation problems before they patched out in like new stuff, but I still feel it now. The storyline so far is fine. Nothing insane and nothing that's disappointed me. And I do think that the voice acting is very good. Like I do like the voice acting of the characters. They feel the Ryder instead of Shepard. So Ryder feels more like a character than Commander Shepard did. Which is nice. I mean, I love Commander Shepard. I'll die for Commander Shepard. Too bad he already did it for me. But
Spoilers.
but Ryder does feel more like a real person.
Which I'm glad to hear that, because the female Shepard, we both agree, is
Yes.
much better, has a little bit more personality, still very cyborg robotic, but male Shepard, there's no personality there. There's no life in his eyes the entirety of that game.
Is
Yeah.
Commander Shepard a cyborg?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, it's just a lot of the lines are delivered that
Yes.
way.
Yeah. No.
Well-
I gotcha.
Now, that is up for debate, though, because Mass Effect 2, you remember the beginning of Mass Effect 2?
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an old game. So Mass Effect 2, anyways, if you don't want to hear the spoilers of Mass Effect 2, we're about to end the post show, so like just leave.
Get out of my house.
Mass Effect 2, at the very beginning, Commander Shepard is killed. Like, so you do all of Mass Effect 1, and then beginning of Mass Effect 2, in the first 10 minutes you die. And turns out you are reconstructed. Like, they found all the pieces of tissue from your body and reconstructed you as a biotic, basically. So you're the same Shepard, same consciousness. They were able to recover your brain, bring you back to life. It cost billions of dollars in 3 or 4 years of their lives to bring you back to do a specific, or because they needed you for a specific thing.
Yeah,
that
that's
you don't
some
wanna do.
That's some fantasy sci-fi bullshit. You can find someone else.
Yeah, but
Pay someone $3 billion, they'll be as good as Commander Shepard. I guarantee you that.
yeah. So they bring Commander Shepard back for this thing, and the elusive man who you're working for basically takes a shot on you. Like, he doesn't even know if you're gonna do it because he's kind of not a good guy. And you're working for him the whole game. But this is one of the greatest games of all time. This is one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, the beginning of the story is a little bit weird. It's a ton of fun though, and yeah, so it's up for debate whether Commander Shepard is a cyborg. He kind of is. He, she, they.
No, just the guy one. If you look at his eyes, there's absolutely nothing there, Seth. The entire game.
Yeah. He's the one I played through the games as multiple times, but I think I will always play female Shepard from now on. Well, not if I want to romance Tali though.
Ooh, no, you're right. You're right.
Not if you want to romance Tali.
And I do want to romance Tali.
But she's like a sister, Seth. You can't do it.
A stepsister.
No. End it. Cut it off.
We'll see you guys on the next post show. Thanks so much for joining us on our Patreon exclusive content. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. No, hold on. I'm not ending the episode. I want to apologize to everyone out there. And I guess that's the end of the episode.